Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, we're gonna get our hops on, It's Brewsday Tuesday with DreZ and Huck.
There you go.
Woo! And a good Brewsday Tuesday to you all.
There you go.
My name is DreZ, and as always, this time of day and week, I'm joined by Huck from Huck's Beer Buzz. How you doing there, Huck's there?
Huck's doing good.
You have a good Easter weekend?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Always do.
I do too, man. We can delve into that in a little bit, but first, let's delve into our delicious brewskis. Now, we actually do sort of have a bit of an Easter theme going on here. You handed me the Funky Monks from Weyerbacher, which on the can it says it is a sour Belgian-style ale coming in at a whopping 9.3 ABV.
Oh, looks like we're upside down day because I have the Anderson Valley Holy Ghost Ale, which comes in at 4.2, but the actual real name is the Kimmy, the Yink, and the Holy Ghost.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by the real name?
The entire name.
Oh, the entire. Okay. So, all right, and you're saying Ghosts. Is it not Gosa? I thought have we not been over this?
I get a lot of things wrong, but
Well, I don't know. Which one? You go with Ghosts
I go with Ghosts.
versus Gosa?
Yeah.
See if you can look up the pronunciation on that one. I always thought I heard it probably pronounced as Gosa. Because I remember this was a topic of conversation and has been.
Yeah,
and
we've
I
talked
feel
about
like
it
I remember
before.
looking it up, and I thought it was Gosa is how it's actually pronounced. Like, what is a Gosa beer?
Yeah, it says Gosa.
Gosa.
Okay, so it's a traditional German style originating in the town of Gostar, Germany, in the early 16th century. And it's traditionally brewed with salted water and a 50% malted wheat as opposed to just barley. And it's spiced with coriander and hops. So it's kind of a wheat beer.
That's salty. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna. Salty is a good descriptive word for Gosas.
And it is fermented with some traditional yeast and some lactic bacteria, which does give it a little bit of a tart or sour taste.
Lactating bacteria,
Lactating,
sour
yeah.
lactating.
Yes.
You know what's interesting is I remember. I mean, I guess they can be good, but I feel like I used to like Gosas a lot more than I do now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, I guess people's tastes change, but I feel like like Gosas used to be kind of my thing, and I feel like recently, I don't know if I just happen to having ones that aren't that great or what, but I feel like they're not as appealing to me these days.
I haven't seen that many new ones out lately. And then to go a little further, their Anderson Valley Brewing's in Boonville, California. And apparently back in the day, let me find the exact words I'm looking for. Okay, so back in the day, the Anderson Valley was like a farming zone, and people from all over were working there, and they had a different language. They made their own language, and they made up words. It was called Boontling, and the terms were invented by the women and children workers in the fields around. And so,
how long ago is this?
Oh, this was it couldn't be born before 1800.
Yeah, but I mean, so you're saying like when California was first,
California, early,
like maybe even before California was California.
Right. So in Bootling, Kimmy means man or father, and the Yink means boy or girl or son, and the Holy Ghost is a play on the Holy Ghost, so it's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and that fits the Easter theme.
There you go.
So there you go.
Speaking of which, so you have a good Easter?
Oh, it did. Yeah, we went out to eat. Peaks of Otter, took a little hike. So I love it up there.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Is it? So I know Peaks of Otter, that's like...
Well, there's a restaurant.
I know the winery.
There's a restaurant and hotel there. The hotel's been there forever, ever since they built the Skyline Drive. My wife and I, that was our first night of our honeymoon.
What is
Peaks?
So is Peaks of Otter just like a
two
general
mountains.
area? Oh, it's a mountains. Okay.
Two mountains, yeah.
Gotcha.
2 peaks.
That makes sense.
And there's a
Peaks
lot
of Otter,
of creeks and ponds and otters.
And there's a winery there, right? Because I know
that's kind of down the hill.
I've had
but yeah.
Peaks of Otter winery before.
It's kind of down the hill, but I highly recommend the Peaks of Otter. It's a good hike. There's 2 good hikes there. Sharp Top, which is 2.7 miles straight up and down, and Flat Top, which isn't really that flat, and it's 2 miles each way, so 4-mile hike.
Huck's a hiker.
I like to hike.
Yeah, you like to do the beer with the view.
I do the brew with the view wherever I go.
Brew with the view.
Yep. I did some a week ago.
Nice.
And Cascades.
Ah, yeah, Cascades is great.
That's one of my go-tos.
I mean, I'm not a hiker, but I've even hiked the Cascades a couple times.
Well, it's a technical hike now because right before you get to the top, there's like a little sidewalk that goes around to some steps that a lot of times have water on them. Well, the little sidewalk washed away.
Oh, really?
So you're like climbing tree roots and hoping you don't fall into the.
See, I haven't been out
abyss.
I haven't been out that way in a while. Do you know, like, I once went there with a chick, and she showed me like there's sort of more of a hidden kind of pathway that takes you off to a different, like, sort of a river spot. Do you know where I'm talking about?
Well, there's 2 ways to go.
I know there's 2 ways to go.
But other than that, I don't know.
There was a split off. She took me to this little sort of split off that has like almost like a mini kind of waterfall.
Sounds like you were having some fun.
It wasn't.
It was a little mini waterfall.
And what was really cool, you come out and you're up at the top of it. So we just kind of sat down and looked. I looked down and on, the water was falling, and then I looked and underneath it, or like, you could kind of tell there was like a ledge where somebody had put like a silver dollar. And I was like, oh, I'm about to get this silver dollar. And then I looked closer, like I started to reach for it, and there was a huge ass spider sitting next to the silver dollar. I was like, damn, like that's like a trap right there.
Yeah,
so I let it be. I let it be.
Well, there's something called Barney's Wall, but I think that's 1.5 miles above the falls. So did you go that far?
I mean, it was years and years ago.
But we were there a week ago, and it's like huge waterfalls, and the thing was like Niagara Falls. It was the biggest I've ever seen it. But there was a bunch of waterfalls coming off the sides of the gorge all the way through. Yeah. So it could have been one of those.
I don't know. And honestly, I couldn't even probably get back there if I tried because it's been so long.
Yeah.
But
I go a couple times a year, sometimes more than that.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, what are you thinking of that Gosa over there? I know. First of all, let me commend you for silencing your phone because I know it wasn't making noise, but I could feel it vibrating through
all the way across the desk,
all the way over here.
And it was, according to my Hiya app, HIYA, it was spam.
Let's not answer that on the radio.
You should get that app if you don't have it. It's free and it tells you.
Speaking of free apps,
yes, Untapped is what we use to judge our beer, and you can judge from 0.25 to a 5 scale. I go by Huck's Beer Buzz on Untapped, and DreZ goes by DreZ Drinks, which I can attest is true.
I do.
You can also be our friends. You can tag us in your posts, and we
check
can tag
in where
you.
You're drinking, see what your friends are drinking, and
now
what they think of beers.
You can find if you're looking for a particular beer, I'll tell you where it is, tell you who's close, who's drinking close, all kinds of info.
Yeah.
So on Untapped, I'm going to give this Gosa. It's going to take me a while to get that right.
And it's the Holy Gosa.
The Holy Gosa. So Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. The Kimmy, the Yink, and the Holy Ghost. So I'm going to give this bad boy a 4.5 because I'm liking it today.
Good?
Yeah, it's really clean.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Over here, the Funky Monks from Weyerbacher. Honestly, I've been kind of nursing it, so I almost feel like it might be a little preemptive to give it a rating, but it is as described a Belgian-style sour ale. I'd say exactly what this tastes like. It is a bit sour. I don't know if I'd say it's like a straight-up sour, but maybe it is. Hang on.
There's so many levels of sour,
There is. Like, this one's not like, when you think of like, oh, it's a sour beer, I wouldn't classify this as a sour. It is more Belgian than sour.
Oh, good.
So that's good, yes, in my opinion. And at 9.3, I looked it up online, and it says it's a triple. It's a Belgian triple.
A sour triple, which I don't know if I've had.
I don't know if I've ever had a sour triple either. But triples, obviously, I'm a huge fan of. It's definitely getting better and tasty as it goes. I mean, there's better triples out there because, like I said, I'm not a huge into the sour, but it's different. It's kind of nice. Weyerbacher, Funky Monks will get a 4. It'll get a 4 out of me.
There you go.
Actually, let me do 4.25 because that nice high ABV. 9.3, I like that.
And Weyerbacher is one of my go-to breweries.
Yeah.
Anderson Valley is as well.
Weyerbacher, they're out of like what, PA?
Yeah, I think so.
PA, East PA, something like that. So, all right, cool. Well, that's our first round of Easter-themed beers. I'm sure we'll probably be stretching on the next round.
I just do the best I can.
If I know
what
Huck tends to grab themed beers-wise. But what we'll do is we'll take a quick break, and we'll play a little ditty, and we'll come back with more Brewsday Tuesday after this. Stick around.